fuck.
Hey, Brooks.
I don't remember.
Hey guys, you know what time it is?
What time
It's
is it?
time to
What?
reset the clock, baby.
Stop.
Come on
Stop
now.
right now. Stop right now.
What?
Stop
What?
right fucking now.
What?
You cringe,
I'm,
dude.
I'm already like
Cringe?
irritated. I'm already irritated because like, bro, I'm trying so fucking hard to rehabilitate my fucking co-host and get this toxicity out.
Yeah.
And she literally keeps coming up here and fucking up all the goodwill that I literally try my
do
best
you
to make
mean?
sure and promise other people. Like, hey, she's not the fucking demon that you guys think. She's not the petty bitch that you guys keep claiming. And then comes up here and proves me fucking wrong. And I'm really upset. I'm
Love you,
really
Tax
upset.
Attack. Yeah, I'm not being funny. Coming up
Love
here and
this.
just trying to shit on Grim. Do you know what happened the last time you shot on
What?
Grim, bitch? Do you remember what happened the last time you
Me?
shot on
I
Grim?
didn't do anything
Not
to Grim.
you, you
What did I
fucking
do?
retard. Kick off the
Oh.
fucking main character syndrome for a minute. Fucking Dogwater. Do you not remember
come
the
on.
last time that you fucked with Grim? Do you not remember the last time that you fucked with Test? Where you had to fucking rebrand yourselves? Where you lost all of your other fucking hosts and you were only stuck behind because Keem fell. Little sorry for little old Zay. I'm fucking telling you, if you want a rehash of last time, dude, for a fucking reminder, a kind little ass whooping to fucking put you back in fucking place, that is completely fucking fine. I say, game on, let round 2 commence. Can we get some fucking dog waters in the fucking chat, please, guys? Can we get some
Can I
dog
say
waters
something
in?
controversial?
Go on.
Can I say something controversial? Because hold on, let me finish the shot. Because I'll be drunk enough to say stuff.
Yeah, we actually do have to drink, as Hemizack said. You guys deserve a crown soon. And Hemizack, I really appreciate you. You always so supportive. Appreciate all of you. Deal from guys.
Zay,
Bottoms up.
let me go ahead and tell you something. Because I think you probably kind of forgot this. If I leave the show, it'll die. So if you don't want that to happen, I'm gonna need you to chill the fuck out and calm the fuck down. That's it.
Man,
That's all I have to say.
fuck this bitch, dude. We're going for round fucking 2, guys. That's what we're doing.
Nightmare, I doubled your earnings last month, and this month.
No, love. You didn't triple anything. You retarded. We don't speak about you. The time I spoke about you was because everyone wanted you fired.
No. Well, hold on.
What do you want? No, one second.
One second.
No, it's good. I got me. You're all good. Fucking the earnings that we had in our stream is because everyone was hoping they would get you fucking fired because nobody wants you on this because you are a plague to this fucking network. I let the fucking maggot that you are rest in the pits of shit where you belong, and yet you're content on crawling up trying to feast on good old level flesh, dude. But let me fucking remind you the last time that you fucked with us, say. The last time you fucked with us, dog water, you got fucking roasted. You got roasted. Honest to God. And you want to fucking repeat that? Say less.
Stop acting like you wouldn't be on Nerds if Jay didn't act like a bitch. Come on, bro. Like you were gonna be fired with Glammy, Eric, and all of them. Stop acting like this. I appreciate Gaff. I appreciate Mazer, Phantom Mutation. I don't want to cause any more beef between us. But just shut the fuck up.
Dude,
Like,
I appreciate
shut the
your
fuck
fan
up.
base. Your fan base are awesome. I have nothing against them. But I refuse to have some fucking maggot come into my fucking show acting like they're anything more than a little grub worm. And they're coming in here trying to fucking tell me that my fucking co-host doesn't do anything. Like, fucking change the fucking record, Denny.
Bro, I bet you every time she walks into a room, you hear a whistle. I'm not gonna tell you where it comes from. So I ain't got time for this shit, lady. Like, come on, bro. Like, why? We're trying so hard to make people think you're not a bitch, and why are you doing it? You tried so hard. I tried so hard and got so far. But in the end, it's still a fucking bitch.
I
Fuck.
haven't worn this in a while. You know, I'm ashamed of myself for not wearing it in a while.
I got
Hey, man,
mine on the
I wear
way.
mine all the fucking time, dude. Like, I wear it
fuck.
all the time.
I woke up my girlfriend. I gotta go.
Have a good
Damn.
one.
Time. Oh, he's actually gone.
So besides covering the bean stuff and I think one or two other things, I really don't cover too much of locale tests. And if I do, it usually involves Zay in the locale nerds because for a period of time, right, there was an intense hatred between the two groups. And as time went on, that kind of died down for the most part. Particularly when One Buff Week came around and really helped the show. Now, as Nightmare said, the British guy that curses a lot has said, like, yeah, it is true that, how many times has the show been changed, right? It's gone through host after host after host where none of the original hosts are even there anymore, right? And even with that being said, right, the only reason you are still around is mostly because of One Buff Weed. Because he brings a certain entertainment value and his personality and the way you are very different. And both of them makes the case, right? Even, One Buff Weed, I don't know if he was saying it in a very threatening way or just how he is. He's being very blunt. He's like, if it wasn't for me, the show would be canceled. And it is true. We saw the numbers on Nerds going down. You can make fun of cafe numbers not being high. Fair. But it was never high to begin with. And the numbers at least were in the same ballpark, right? They were either between 200, 400 consistently, right? I would say 250 almost every single day if you want to go with the average number. Whereas nerds was just dropping and dropping and dropping to the point where it was going below 500. So you can make fun of cafes, but you also have to acknowledge that, a stable number is better than a number that goes down, especially if it's like kind of going high, but it keeps dropping. It's unable to do that. And as I said, and I think this isn't the first time I said it, but One Buff Weed is what keeping the show alive. His mannerism, his energy, his way of just putting himself out there is what keeping the show alive. Though this isn't the end, because again, the next two clips really earlier the clip after with Nightmare.
By my boy, though. I'm not taking that thunder away from him. But we are going to show some things. So, leading up to this, then, I thought it'd be funny if I popped in the Nerds VC and say, I hope you're training because my boy's going to fuck you up. And he kept removing me. But I was on my phone during this. And then it was after a few times I accidentally opened the Nerds chat. And when you try to, swipe down to, dismiss it, it ended up swiping up the chat. And I saw this peculiar image. And I thought, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy that you keep referring to people as, fucking nonsense. But, I mean, I don't know, dude. This is fucking peculiar. You will have this fucking image. Let me get it up for you guys. You'll have this image of Zay Zooted fucking in the same photo as someone who literally supports the fucking Cuties movie and said that everyone should watch it. And that also fucking literally has asked for the age of consent to be fucking
Grim's now a
lowered.
cash cow emoji. Grim celebrates 3 months of membership. Lolcowtest. Don't mess with the best.
Love you, appreciate you. Guys, for anyone who doesn't know who this man is, don't worry, I'm going to give you plenty of backstory. But what I find fascinating, and you know what? Let's move my body a little bit to the side so you guys can really get the good look without me sort of jumbling in. So yeah, this woman who has a boyfriend calling everyone nonsense in the chat, referring to him as PDFs, is literally posing in a photo with a guy who literally thinks that Cuties is an amazing film, there's nothing wrong or weird about it, and that it's all okay to fucking, and everyone should watch it. By the way, Cuties, for anyone that doesn't know, is a film that is about children in child pageantries, but they overly sexualize them. It was really fucking weird. It was gross. It was essentially illegal material. I'll be honest with you how fucked it was, and they ended up getting taken down from Netflix because of how fucking horrific it was, and all traces of it got just removed because of how fucked it was. But this man supported it. This man supported it, saying everyone should watch it. There's nothing wrong with Cuties. No, Cuties is amazing. Also, the same man who decided to be, I know, well, dude, the age of consent should be when sexual maturity is. Interesting. It has to be fake. I'm so glad you say that, because your boy's not just coming in with a stream with one phone. No. I'm telling you, this boy has got some fucking straight facts. So we're going to give you some backstory to Sneako, because I think Sneako is a character that you guys definitely need to know. So I got a couple of clips. Here, guys, all right? But we'll go through that, because I know the first thing this retard's going to do is talk about how, hang on a fucking second. Just because I'm in a photo with him doesn't mean I support him, which is what S1K kept saying. Well, that's interesting. We'll get to that too.
It's been a very long time since I ever had to cover Sneako, and I'm not really gonna cover Sneako. Throughout this whole stream, it was really Nightmare going against and really kind of outing Zay for her hypocrisy, right? She went on a show called Fit and Fresh, right? And Nightmare plays multiple clips. Now, I'm aware of that show. I'm aware of shows like that. I usually don't watch them, not because of any I don't like seeing girls getting, degraded or anything. I just don't care enough for those shows. And I find a lot of those people to be very much grifters, just like Sneako. And whether or not they was trying to go down that route, I'm not sure. I could be wrong. But you do see Nightmare make that point across, making it very clear. Right? He even points out a number of times the hypocrisy back and forth. They try to defend herself, and obviously it fails, right? But it is interesting to see of all the people that he likes the most is Sneako. And I think most people, at least some of the people I've spoken to, right, in my particular circles, usually don't like the guy, don't like him at all for any amount of reason. Especially some of the Islamic people I've spoken to in the past will straight up tell me that Sneako is just a grifter and he's not really Islamic. Which is very true. He knows that. And it's just funny. I just find it very funny. Of all the people, and she mentioned, right? It isn't something kept hidden or anything. She has mentioned that she went on Fit and Fresh. But if you watch like the way she is in those clips and the way she is in that no video and the way Nightmare betrays her is pretty kind of disgusting. Oh boy.
That's crazy. That's a crazy statement, dude.
And she watches Destiny too. Destiny's really not that much better.
Destiny's fucking cringe, dude. But I'm just saying, this shit is fucking nuts. Look, this is the thing, right? I knew the first thing she was gonna do was deny, so that's why I had it right there. Can you have the volume up on the clip, please? Of course. I'm gonna play it again as well for you, brother man. I got you, boo. I got you. I got you.
I heard it just fine through the stream, so you can just play it through.
It's all right. It's all right. No worries. It's all. We'll still put it up anyway because that's how I'm playing it for everyone to see at the moment. But I can absolutely turn this up. Let me just go into intro and outro music. Turn that bar up a little bit there, please. Oh no, wait. Oh yeah, actually no, yeah, turn that up. Boop, boop, boop. We got.
But you'll be a cool like gaming buddy. We can hang out,
Friend zone.
chill. Like yeah,
Friend
I have a
zone.
boyfriend too, so it's like I'm not gonna even try to step and yeah, too many problems.
Respectfully. You kind of look like the female Destiny, would you?
Yep. Oh my god. I mean, so funnily enough, I do watch you and Destiny debate a lot.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I watch you guys debate all the time. I watch Fresh and Fit all the time. So
Who's right in your Destiny?
You most of the time,
Let's
I
go.
agree with. If I had to
What's
say.
up?
Wow, there we go. Say it ain't so, ladies. Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so.
I think if there's anything to come away with this is that the way Zay acts, the way she does heavily resemble a lot of the debate bros like Sneako, like Destiny. And I think now that I think about it more, her tactics are very much like them. And it doesn't really surprise me. Honestly, maybe when I first saw it, it did surprise me to see like people like Sneako and Destiny. But now the more I think about it, it's like, honestly, it's not really that surprising. Like a lot of YouTubers, right? A lot of these type of streamers are heavily influenced by people like that, right? Are either influenced like from Destiny or Turkey Tom or Sneak or Asmon Go or Moist Critical and so on and so on, right? Like someone like me is more heavily influenced, more actually by Mr. America and really like 4chan stuff and so on. So that's where like I was heavily influenced, but also as well watching like genuine political debate and political talk tables rather than whatever the hell these debate bros are like, right? And again, as I said, it makes more sense in why Zay is like this in the ways he acts and her mannerisms are very much like debate bro. And I think in a weird way, you can even say that lolcownerd is her attempt to push something like that. I could be very wrong, but it makes more sense in how the show is structured. Not even that how it's structured, but just the way it is. Right? It has been some time since I watched Destiny or people like Wash, because in the end, to them, it's not about a genuine conversation or genuinely bringing up opinion. It's more about just, in the end, who can curse and scream the loudest.
And more traumatized because of her going through something or whatever. There was somebody else who was, and this is the point that I think Destiny's right on. Basically, he brought up that like you can't say that like you're more traumatized than somebody else who experienced the exact same thing as you because you have like no clue what they went through if it's the exact same experience. Well, I do think that like if you got multiple graped versus regular grapes, that could be definitely way more traumatic. It just depends.
I feel like everybody's level of trauma and understanding is different. You can't, so it's just all depends
You
on
can't say who has more trauma than somebody
Exactly. You
else.
can't like, because then there's like, oh, you're trying to justify my feelings. Oh, so it's like it just depends on the person, how you grew up, how you mentally.
And that's Destiny's
process
best
things.
friend.
I mean,
So,
who would
yeah.
at the end of the day want to compete over who had it worse? That's kind of sad.
Everybody
Yeah,
online,
exactly. That's very
everybody
depressing.
online every day.
No, they want
Like,
sympathy,
nah.
so
Victimhood.
sympathy breeds you trying to act out for attention. So, all right, Kango Kid.
Cool.
What the
Kango Kid
fuck,
goes
dude?
$50.
Well, hey, dude, a little bit more context made that a little bit better. Fuck for them, alright? It's a good thing that Nightmare plays hold the fucking clip, otherwise, holy shit. But regular, dude, and then the night, like, right, here's the thing. The night, like, agreeing with the fact there's no such thing as a grape culture, but then in the same sentence, calling it regular grape. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck?
This,
Dude,
the fact that they're even trying to claim it as a culture or like saying that it's a culture already.
Yeah, it's pretty funny to watch Sneako just being there and just being kind of uncomfortable. He just wants to be out there. He's just there for a paycheck. He's not there to debate or argue with these people. He's just there for a paycheck. You can just tell by the way he's acting. And the whole thing about like, the R word and grape and all that, it's just like, what? I feel like you could kind of tell just by these people, right? And not even that, but I think in a way you can see that one thing I would give Zay is that she really moves away from the way she's debating here to now. I think now she's a lot more refined, not really refined, but she's a lot more skilled. She has a better way of honing her arguments. Whether they're right or wrong is a different question, right? Because modern day debating isn't about being right or wrong or providing facts or argument or even bringing up your opposition argument. It's more about who can just yell the longest and curse the most and make their opposition rage quit, right? And I think in a way, I'm not saying that Nightmare doesn't. I'm not disagreeing completely with Nightmare, but I'm just saying that I think I just a little bit, maybe she was just very unprepared. She's not used to debating. I think they just brought her in just a way to just mock her, and I think that's what their end goal was, and that's what they did. And I think even Nightmare kind of acknowledged that, and he doesn't acknowledge that, actually, believe it or not, early on in the clip, not these clips, but early on in these videos, in this stream particularly. So I'm just trying to say is that, like, she looks kind of ridiculous, dumb, compared to modern Zay, who is more accustomed, but he does still hold to a lot of the debate bro tactics, nevertheless.
Will be. Don't worry about that. Come on then. I'm waiting for Zay. Get in your dog water. You wanted round 2. You got round 2. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna take some tricks that you have when you use a nerds. When you like to belittle and silence people because you don't agree with them, I'm just gonna simply lower your volume bar. So let's a warning for Zayzu, guys. She is going to speak, and then I'm speaking, and then she's gonna speak, and I'm speaking. That's how we're gonna do things. Hello, how we doing?
What?
So this is how we wait. So this is how we're gonna do this. Wait. This is how we're gonna do it. It's not failed though. We're doing pretty well. But this is how we're gonna do it. Wait. No, you're not. No. I've learned a couple things on how you do nerds, my friend. So this is how we're gonna do it, right? I'm gonna speak, then you're gonna speak. Oh no, never mind, guys. She retreated. Pussy. Look, she didn't like it when I got done to it, guys. How about that? I mean, I tried letting the fucking rules go there, okay? I just tried laying out the rules. She can't handle the fire, guys. She lasted like 2 minutes. Oh, dude, dog water. Woof. That's crazy. She's trying to lie out of it. That's fine. We can play the clips to her. That's fine. What a spaz. Come on, man. Are you really going to bitch out like that? Bridges. What up? It's the new Proclaim Fuzzy Pervert, guys. Welcome, Bridges.
You Welsh bellend.
How are we doing, bud?
Fantastic. I'm not a furry. I just need to.
That's not what your donation said.
And so, as we're coming towards the end of the video, Zay eventually does pop up, and she leaves as fast as she can. Mostly because Keemstar told her to come up, which should give you an idea of what's going on. And then later on, her boyfriend kind of comes on, but doesn't come on. Obviously, because they're not really going to debate this. And if they do, it's just going to be back and forth arguments. Right? It's just going to turn into what typically happens with these debate bros. There's no real argument. There's no real lining up your point, trying to give your opposition maybe why they would think something like that. There really isn't. And I think a lot of the times, that's what the lolcow universe has become. It's essentially debate bros, but with, with different, I guess you can say with a different coat of paint. That's how I would probably say, because they always go into fighting. They always try to go at each other's throat. That's what ends up happening all the time. And even with that being said, we are going to see another round between the Test Cafe against Nerd. And as I was mulling over my opinions about it, I would say that Zay is at a big disadvantage, because with one buff, we more or less siding with Test and Cafe more than he's willing to side with Nerds. I think that's what end in failure on their side, on Nerd's side. And not saying it's going to hurt their reputation or their viewership. It may actually do the opposite. Actually, it may get them more viewers. It would get them more, donations, right? Because people are going to feel bad for Zay. So that's what ends up happening. I guess we are witnessing another arc again. Till then, y'all, be safe. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good morning. And God bless.